The Young and the Restless spoilers Thurdays full episodes August 15, 2024. Phyllis Summers had always been a woman of sharp instincts, and when she noticed Victor Newman's latest maneuvering, her senses went into overdrive. She had seen Victor pull strings and manipulate situations to his advantage more times than she could count, but this time, his target was Billy Abbott and Lily Winters. Phyllis couldn't stand by and watch her friend, Lily, fall victim to Victor's machinations. She knew she had to warn her, to ensure that Lily remained vigilant in the face of the looming threat. Phyllis knew that Lily was no stranger to Victor's games. Lily had spent enough time around the Newmans to understand the kind of man Victor was, a master manipulator who could read his opponents like a book and bend them to his will. Lily had always been cautious around Victor, aware of the dangers he posed. But even the most cautious could be caught off guard, especially when Victor was involved. Phyllis was determined not to let that happen to Lily. She needed to make sure that Lily stayed one step ahead of Victor, no matter how challenging that might be. The question that weighed on Phyllis's mind was whether she and Lily could work together to dismantle Victor's plan. It wouldn't be easy. Victor was a formidable adversary, and going up against him required more than just determination, it required strategy, cunning, and a willingness to play the long game. Phyllis had all of those qualities in spades, and she knew that Lily was equally capable. But the real challenge would be staying united in their efforts, ensuring that they didn't fall into the traps that Victor would undoubtedly set for them. Meanwhile, in another part of Genoa City, Adam Newman was facing his own dilemma. His father, Victor, had just given him a direct order: take down Billy Abbott. It was a command that sent a chill down Adam's spine, not because he feared the task, but because of the implications it carried. Adam had always had a complicated relationship with his father, one that was marked by a constant push and pull between loyalty and rebellion. But this time, things were different. This time, Adam wasn't just thinking about himself, he was thinking about the Abbott family, a family he had grown surprisingly close to over the years. Adam had always been the black sheep of the Newman clan, the son who could never quite fit the mold that Victor had set for him. But despite his tumultuous relationship with his father, Adam had found a sense of belonging with the Abbotts, particularly with Jack. Their relationship had grown over time, built on a foundation of mutual respect and a shared understanding of what it meant to live in Victor Newman's shadow. Adam didn't want to betray that trust by carrying out Victor's orders. But he also didn't want to openly defy his father and risk the wrath that would undoubtedly follow. When Adam revealed Victor's plan to Jack, it was with a heavy heart. He knew the potential consequences of his actions, the risk he was taking by sharing such sensitive information. But Adam also knew that he couldn't, in good conscience, allow Victor to destroy Billy's life without giving Jack a chance to intervene. Jack had always been a mentor of sorts to Adam, offering him guidance and support when he needed it most. And now, it was Adam's turn to repay that kindness by giving Jack the information he needed to protect Billy. Jack listened carefully to Adam's revelation, his mind racing with the implications of what he was hearing. Victor was up to his old tricks, and this time, he was using his own son as a pawn in his game. Jack couldn't help but feel a sense of unease. Adam had always been a wild card, someone who could be unpredictable at the best of times. But over the years, Jack had come to trust Adam, to see him as an ally rather than an enemy. The question now was whether Adam was truly on his side, or if he was playing both ends against the middle. Adam's decision to share Victor's plan with Jack raised an important question: was Adam a spy for Jack, betraying his father in the process? Or was he simply following his own moral compass, trying to do what was right in a situation where there were no easy answers? Adam didn't see himself as a traitor, he saw himself as someone who was trying to navigate a treacherous landscape with his integrity intact. He didn't want to be a pawn in Victor's game, nor did he want to ignite a war between the Newmans and the Abbotts. All he wanted was to focus on his work at Newman Enterprises, to help the company grow and thrive without getting caught up in the endless cycle of revenge and retribution that seemed to define his family's legacy. For Jack, the revelation was both a blessing and a curse. On the one hand, he was grateful for the information Adam had provided. It gave him a chance to prepare, to counter Victor's moves before they could do any real damage. In the midst of the adult conflicts and power struggles that enveloped Genoa City, it's easy to forget that at the heart of the turmoil is a young boy named Harrison. Innocent and unaware of the full scope of the adult problems swirling around him, Harrison clings to the simple belief that his parents are just angry with each other, and that soon, everything will be okay, again. In his young mind, the idea of his parents reconciling is not just a hope, it's a certainty. He doesn't understand the complexities of divorce, custody battles, and the bitterness that can linger between adults. To him, his parents are the pillars of his world, and the idea of that world crumbling is something he cannot yet comprehend. But the reality is far harsher than what Harrison imagines. His parents' relationship is fractured beyond repair, and the likelihood of them coming together again is slim to none. The prospect of his parents' divorce means that Harrison's life is about to change in ways he cannot yet grasp. Instead of the united family he dreams of, Harrison will soon find himself shuttling between two households, his sense of stability and security shattered. It's a grim reality for any child, but for Harrison, who is so full of innocence and hope, it feels especially tragic. The fans of Genoa City's ongoing saga can't help but feel a deep sense of sorrow for Harrison. He's just a child, caught in the crossfire of his parents' failed relationship, and the thought of him growing up in a broken home tugs at their heartstrings. Harrison, in their eyes, deserves so much more than the uncertainty and emotional turmoil that now awaits him. They long for him to find the happiness that seems so elusive in his young life, to experience the joy and love that every child deserves. But as it stands, Harrison's future looks bleak, marred by the scars of his parents' choices. As Harrison unknowingly navigates this tumultuous time, another storm is brewing in the adult world, one that involves power, revenge, and old grudges. Victoria Newman finds herself deeply concerned when she learns that her father, Victor, and her brother, Adam, are plotting to bring down her ex-husband, Billy Abbott. Despite their tumultuous past and the fact that they are no longer together, Victoria still cares for Billy. They share a history, and at one point, they were in love. The idea of Victor and Adam targeting Billy for destruction stirs something protective in Victoria, and she knows she can't sit idly by while they move forward with their plans. Victoria's concern isn't just about Billy as a person, but also about what this plot represents. She knows Victor's tactics well, how he's willing to destroy anyone who stands in his way, even if it means trampling over someone he once considered family. And Adam, despite his complicated relationship with Victor, is often drawn into these schemes, whether out of loyalty or a desire to prove himself. The combination of Victor's ruthlessness and Adam's ambition is dangerous, and Victoria fears for what might happen to Billy if they succeed. Despite her concerns, Victoria knows that Billy isn't easily intimidated. She decides to warn him, to give him a heads up about what's coming. After all, while their marriage may be over, there's still a bond between them, a sense of shared history that Victoria can't ignore. She doesn't want to see Billy fall victim to Victor's machinations, especially not when she knows how much he's already been through. But when Victoria finally approaches Billy, she finds that he is far from surprised. In fact, he's already well aware of Victor's intentions. Billy's reaction is not one of fear, but rather a kind of weary resignation. He knows what Victor is capable of, and he's been expecting this for some time. But the truth is, Billy no longer cares. Chancellor Industries, the company that once represented his hopes and dreams, has become little more than a shell of its former self. The business is failing, plagued by losses and mismanagement, and the once proud name of Chancellor Industries now carries a heavy burden of disappointment. For Billy, the fight seems pointless. What is there left to defend? The company is crumbling, and with it, so is his spirit. The drive and determination that once fueled him have been eroded by the endless setbacks and betrayals he's faced. The thought of standing up to Victor, of trying to protect what's left of Chancellor Industries, feels more like a futile gesture than a battle worth fighting. Billy is tired of the endless games, the constant struggles, and the weight of expectations that have never truly been his own. Victoria, seeing the state Billy is in, feels a pang of sadness. This is not the man she once knew, the man who was always ready to fight for what he believed in, no matter the odds. But then again, she understands why he feels this way.